I don't get why we're running one support, man.
Someone be nice enough to play any other role, bro. Like, I'll go tank, I can't play support.
We're on one support.
I know, it's almost like one of the 3 DPS should have swapped to support.
Yeah, well, I'm not feeling.
Just living up to the reputation. It's fine.
Yeah, and I'm better than all of you, so I'm never feeling for.
That's cool, man. You're
You guys
really
are
good at video
celestial
game.
players. Yep, I'm way better than you. Suck my dick. I'm on a 7-game loss streak right now. Like your dog. Shut the fuck up. Stop bitching and forfeit, pussy.
Is Squirrel trying to lose? Yes. Yes, they are. Because it's high elo, and either you're throwing a tantrum, or you're throwing the game, or you're advertising yourself being a piece of person. Like, bro.
Oh, he's actually throwing. He's intentionally throwing.
Like,
so.
he's 1 in 9.
Just guys,
He's
guys,
1 in
look
9.
at this.
Intentionally.
Easy game, guys. Easy game.
Awesome, man.
You know you're one shot.
Y'all don't get rage baited by him. He's intentionally throwing.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just gonna mute him. Legit part of the group of win traders. Do you understand why I have such disdain for DPS players? Like, it was a DPS player that threw on Rocket and threw a tantrum in our last game. This game, a Daredevil runs it down, and then I hear constantly from like everyone about how supports are boosted, and this guy is in our lobbies. Like, don't get me wrong, supports make mistakes, but like the DPS throw tantrums. Like, high elo needs a mass purge. Like, in order to improve high elo in this game, you have to purge it. Like, why would I want to give a shit to play this game in any serious manner when it's just people either throwing a fit, throwing a tantrum, or cheating? Playing ranked in high elo is not serious and it's not fun. I'm not saying it's not an accomplishment to climb, still it is. The problem is with how many high elo games are plagued with dishonest and toxic players. It's why I hate playing on my main. The quality of games is worse than if I just played with my friends on my alt accounts. For example, I had a game someone threw because they didn't like Captain Coach being on their team. The next game after that, the enemy team had no supports. I had a game where someone made threats towards me and my family, and that same person streamed themselves trying to drop a config file into their game in order to cancel it in order to dodge a loss. A common problem in high elo for a bit, and something that has happened to me. There are regular throwers that everybody knows about and they get banned for 24 hours, but they get banned so many times I've lost count at this point. Almost no one plays support, so you'll have to fill at some point, but if you climb playing support, then you'll be considered boosted. If you refuse to fill, either people won't play support at all, or they'll protest fill by going Jeff or Ultron and throw the game anyway. There is significantly less teamwork in high elo than there is in low elo, and if a toxic meta pick like Black Cat makes it through the ban phase, the entire game is basically dictated by which Black Cat is better. And believe me, that makes the game miserable for everybody else. Then, because the community is so small, you see the same toxic people over and over again. And you can't avoid all of the throwers as well as the toxic players. You'll have people stream snipe and target ban your team, and that type of behavior has been encouraged by the pro players. There's so many people shamelessly using trackers that you can't even safely pick your non-meta heroes. Then you have win traders, which are super common, especially at the end of the season. You pretty much always want to have a duo so that way you can ensure that you have one person who's going to try and one person that can fill around you. Even then, it seems like the community looks down on grouping more than they do on people using trackers. Playing the game at night or on the weekends is worse because that's when you see the most of this type of behavior, but it's also the only time that many of us have to play. Playing during school breaks is difficult as well. And then you got things like performance-based SR, which pushes people to ranks that they're not ready for. And even after all of the things I've mentioned, I haven't even talked about cheaters. A lot of these problems exist in other games as well. But for some reason, maybe it's just me, but it feels worse in Rivals. There are literal groups of players that set out to stream snipe certain content creators just to throw their games. And you just have to hope you're not on the team with them when it happens. I've never seen a competitive game that lacked competitive integrity the way that Rivals does. And a community that is so petty where people will go out of their way to keep certain content creators from ranking up. Ranking up at some point becomes less about skill and more about time. And you're gambling not in hopes that you get good players, but literally just players that are willing to play the game. And the higher you climb, naturally, the harder the games are going to be. And I'm fine with this. I enjoy going up against good players. I enjoy losing to good players. I've said on stream multiple times that losing close games can still be fun. What I don't enjoy is spending my time with toxic players or having the majority of my games either have cheaters or throwers. And the egos in high elo produce some of the most toxic players. It feels like I have to play 4 games to get one good game, and that one good game might not even be good enough for a guide. And to me, it just doesn't seem like good, entertaining content to have people screaming slurs or threats at me, or watching games with 4 instalog DPS. And this season's meta really hasn't been that much fun for me. It's been a lot more fun to play with my friends Infernasu and Alai on alts while they learn new heroes and new roles, or just play with my real life friend Shaggy. Because even though I might lose games with them, at least people in lower ranks actually care about winning more than the people in the higher ranks. Because when they're already at the top, they know that they can throw games because they can just win it back later. But if you don't have time, then you're at a disadvantage. I always would tell people that once they climb to Celestial, they've beaten the game. There are diminishing returns in terms of fun, especially as a content creator, I've learned. Stream sniping and targeted bans for you specifically just sucks. It's just not fun, and it's not that it can't be. NetEase just doesn't really do anything to address many of the issues that I mentioned. Trackers have always been around and they've always been a big issue. Throwers run rampant at every elo. Win traders are so common that we know them by name in-game. There are no bans for these players. And this affects low elo players as well because low elo tends to copy a lot of the behavior that they see high elo players do. So the more we let stuff slide, the more it infects the community. I'm not the only one that feels this way either. I've seen pros mention how they would rather scrim for 12 hours than play ranked for 3. Many other creators prioritize playing with their friends over trying to rank up, and many have been losing their motivation to play and just maintain their rank at all. The fact that people love scrims but hate ranked is a sign that the game is good but the community is bad. I've called for it before, but NetEase really needs to crack down and start banning players a lot more harshly. We need to remove some players from the game entirely just to show that some things aren't tolerated. And before you go and think that this is obvious, the last time I made a video calling for bans, I was called soft and a lot of people disagreed with me still. This is not something universally agreed on, but it is needed if we want the ranked experience to improve. Also, the matchmaking feeling terrible, I believe, is due to the frequent rank resets, and the need for performance-based SR which helps them rise through the ranks fast due to how short the seasons are. Stats never tell the full story of who carried, and winning should be the only thing that determines rank. Something needs to happen because the ranked experience across the board in every rank seems pretty miserable for a lot of people. Every time I climb to the higher ranks, I realize that it takes away entirely from what makes games fun in the first place. I like to experiment and see what I can do with new gameplay mechanics, and sometimes through experimentation, you have to lose. I like to play non-meta heroes and not be forced onto meta picks, and I want to play tank or DPS, and the higher that I climb, the less likely I am to be able to do that. Most of all, I like to play with my friends, and not all of my friends are the same rank as me. And in Celestial, you're still limited to a duo only, when a lot of the people in Celestial are content creators that have gone through this multiple times. And what helps make the game more fun and make the grind more enjoyable is us being able to play with our friends. While it can feel rewarding to climb to new ranks, if I have to play by myself or it's not fun in the first place, then what's the point? Since the high elo games have been so bad, I started to prioritize just playing with my friends and not caring so much about my rank anymore. And truthfully, I've been having a lot more fun, and I've been so much happier playing the game than I was before. I still try my best to climb in every game that I play, but that's no longer my main goal. I'm just trying to play with old friends and make new ones. And not caring about rank has made this season a lot more enjoyable. And I do want climbing to be fun. At one point early on, I did enjoy playing solo queue, but I want NetEase to do something about the throwers, the cheaters, and the tracker users. And I want the rank system to be reworked. I am the first to give the devs the benefit of the doubt. But I think it's been long enough that we've determined that the community needs harsher penalties, and that this different rank system isn't working as well as others do. And all of this has given rivals a bad reputation. I also want to see the community set better examples. Creators and pros should be trying to do that. Until I see any real changes to attempt to solve any of these problems, I don't want to use what little time I have to try and climb to ranks where games are less serious and they're less fun. And I want seasons also to be longer so that way I don't feel bad if I take time to learn new heroes. With seasons being so short, it feels like I have to play the heroes I already know. And part of what makes games fun is learning, it's figuring them out. But there's just not enough time in the seasons to do everything. I say this because I don't want you all to put that much weight into your rank. It doesn't get better the higher that you climb. If anything, in my opinion, it gets worse. And this has just been my personal experience. Even if you're not a high rank or someone is better than you, it really doesn't matter. Especially when many of the people that are in higher ranks have cheated in some way to get there anyway. And there's really no point in climbing if you're not enjoying the process. So play with your friends and enjoy your time with them because rivals won't be around forever. And that rank will be something eventually you forget about. But those friends you play with, trust me, could be around for a very long time. And that time you spend with them is more important than some silly little rank. Try your best in games, try to reach new ranks, but even if you don't, the time spent with good friends is never wasted. I really hope we as a community come together and we get NetEase to do something about the trackers, the throwers, and the toxic community the Rivals has. But until that time comes, I'm just gonna have fun with my friends. And just that shift in mindset has really helped me tilt a lot less and actually enjoy playing the game a lot more, despite the fact that I don't really like the season. So I hope that it helps you in the same way that it's helped me. That's all I've got for this video, and if you agree or disagree, please let me know down in the comments below. I know this video is mostly my personal opinion and my personal experience, and that might not be the experience of everyone, and I'd be curious to know your thoughts as well. And with that, thank you for watching.